Spartan ist für mich ein
Spartan is a lifestyle for me. I live and love it, and my family supports me along the way.
Meine ganze Familie zieht mit. Ich bin in Begleitung vom Sohnemann und von meinen Eltern da. Mein Freund kommt mir hinterher. Und daheim drücken die Schwiegereltern die Daumen. Es ist mein Leben.
For me, Spartan Race, it's like a family, because in this sport I found a lot of friends and a lot of opponents, but friends. And it's not very simply to do this in the sport, because usually in the sport there is a lot of people that doesn't like maybe other guys because they are stronger, or maybe because something else. Here I feel like something is different in comparison of every single sport I made before.
Spartan ist für mich einer der besten Hindernisläufe.
For me, Spartan is the best obstacle course race. Good organization, challenging obstacles and great people. I love the international atmosphere and the cheering crowds.
Das Ganze rundherum, alles, die Zuschauer, was dabei sind, die anderen Läufer, was dabei sind, die Athleten. Also es macht für mich das alles. Das Ganze schon super. Und das ist ja bei Spartan Race, durch das international ist, kommen natürlich auch viele zusammen. Ist klar, und da ist das natürlich schon sehr cool für mich.
Super gespannt.
I'm super excited. It's a brand new course, so anything can happen, and I'm ready.
Auch ein bisschen Unbekanntes kommen, deshalb ist die Spannung ein bisschen höher jetzt.
The Spartan DAX series consists of 3 races that differ in distance. The sprint distance with 5 to 6 kilometers in Munich, taking place in the Olympia Park Stadium, and the beast distance with more than 20 kilometers in Oberndorf, and a short detour to the Kitzbühel summit. Also close by is Salamsey Kaprun, where this year the Winter Spartan Race took place for the very first time. And the newest addition to the race schedule, the super distance with 10 kilometers in St Pölten. The course in the south of the capital attracts more than 7,000 athletes, not only because of some of the obstacles. St Pölten is an excellent starting point to go see the famous wine region Wachau, the mountains of the Alpine foreland, or 2 of the most beautiful monasteries in Melk and Gurtwijk. Munich was the first race of the DAX series in April in quite cool weather conditions. Charles Franzke took the lead right from the start, closely followed by Eugenio Bianchi and Stefan Tofner from Lower Austria. In the ladies' race, Petra Gruber from Stans in Tyrol claims victory. She is now on first position in the DAX series ranking.
Diese Last ist nicht so schwer. Also
I'm up for the challenge. In Spartan racing, anything can happen. It's always exciting, always challenging, and burpees can happen to anybody. I still owe it to myself to achieve a top 3 position in Austria. So that's a big dream of mine.
Das ist nicht die Last. Die Last ist diese, dass ich mir selber ein Podium in Österreich noch schuldig bin. Und das wäre für mich der große Traum.
The
Spartan DAX series is very important to me, as it's also important for our region. So I really want to defend my title this year.
Franzke, the guy who won, is a very nice friend, and it's a very nice athlete. So the battle is until the finish line for sure. As the last year in Munich, as the last year in Vienna. So this year I would like just to enjoy the race like every time, and that's it.
In real life, Eugenio and I are good friends, but while racing, we're opponents and we push each other.
Sind wir alles Feinde, das ist ganz normal.
Eugenio Bianchi and Charles Franzke competed head-to-head in previous races. At the Spartan Race 2018 in Lower Austria, Bianchi finished just seconds before Franzke. How do elite athletes actually train for obstacle races? Petra Gruber and her family did quite some modifications to their home.
Ich habe daheim einen Spielplatz.
I have my own personal playground at home. Around the house we built up lots of obstacles, so I can train the best way possible.
Stangen zum Durchhangeln. Wir haben vom Dach hängt bei uns wirklich ein Seil runter. Ich kann einen Rope Climb daheim trainieren. Wir laufen auch wirklich durch Bach. Wir schwimmen durch
I
verschiedene
personally love the kids race. They get motivated to not only get active, but also to get
Bei
dirty.
Spartan finde ich immer wieder das Kids Race, das gefällt mir, das taugt mir. Es werden die Kinder animiert, sich auch mal schmutzig zu machen, sich ein bisschen zu bewegen. Es macht Spaß, sie dürfen die Hindernisse probieren. Es ist einfach lässig.
On the day before the main race, all eyes are on the kids event. It's their opportunity to test the obstacles and mud pits and get awarded with a shiny medal at the end.
Und die ersten Medaillen vergeben.
At the night race later on, athletes already get to see and experience some obstacles for the next day. 2/3 of the obstacles had to be completed on a 6-kilometer course. Austrian favourite Stefan Tofner claimed 3rd place in Munich and took the chance to prepare himself for the next day.
Also es waren so starke Athleten dort. Ich habe absolut nicht damit gerechnet, dass ich so weit nach vorne
Competition in Munich was fierce, so I really did not expect such a good result. Only after approximately 3 kilometers I realized that a top position could be possible. Usually I'm more of a mountain runner. The more elevation gain and course length, the better for me. But this is also true for a lot of other elite athletes. So tomorrow will be exciting for sure.
Und somit tun wir da, sind wir alle ziemlich gleich auf, was das betrifft. Also es wird sicherlich spannend werden morgen.
Let's have a look at some of the obstacles that will await the athletes on the next day. The spear throw is not only for amateurs but also for elite athletes quite a challenge. If an obstacle cannot be completed or a target is missed, the athletes have to do 30 burpees. As the spear throw obstacle is placed towards the end of the course, the race results could change very quickly at this point. The fire jump is the final obstacle, not only for the night race, but also for the super race on the next day. This is the course for the Spartan Super Race. Athletes start at the former military training area in Wultendorf and have to complete 13-kilometer long distance. Spartans will pass the former tank training ground, then head towards the NOE Central Business Park area, across the Steinfeld fields to the Tryson cycle path and back. In terms of altitude profile, other than some climbs and descents through the forest, St Pölten offers a flat and fast course. In the first section of the race, athletes have to tackle the over-under-through obstacle, the 6-feet wall, the cargo net, the balance beam, Z-wall, slip wall, and stairway to Sparta. We'll have a closer look at some of the obstacles later on. The men's elite race starts at 9 a.m. sharp.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
And off they go to race the new course in St Pölten between Wultendorf and Tryson. One thing is clear, everybody gets dirty today. Five minutes later, the elite women's race starts. The leading pack quickly got into position. First at the mud pit, Petra Gruber, Eniko Cernak and Ulrika Evanson. Here at the over-under-through, Petra Gruber is in the lead, followed by Hungarian Eniko Cernak and Danish Ulrika Evanson. Eniko Cernak manages to break away on the race section through the forest. She's the first lady to arrive at the Z-Wall. Despite the earlier start, some male elite athletes are already surpassed by Cernak.
I met the elite men and I must ground and up in the woods line and no much love it.
I was actually catching up with the first lady at the balance beam, but she was faster than me there. I really try to think like just do the best that you can in every moment. So like run to the best of your ability and just see, yeah, where you'll end up.
This is Petra Gruber at the inverted wall, and shortly before the first aid station. She is currently on 4th position, is 1 minute 40 seconds behind after 2.3 kilometers. Here we are already in the business park area of NOE Central, in the southern part of the city. Inverted wall, aid station and sled have to be completed here. Eniko Cernak in the lead at this point. After this obstacle, the course continues via the Bundesstraße B20. The elite men are already there.
Im Prinzip hatte ich schon eine fixe Renntaktik auf der Strecke. Also ich bin reingekommen in das Rennen mit der Maßgabe erstmal so die ersten 4 Kilometer.
I had a clear race tactic from the beginning. So for the first 4 kilometers, I try to keep the pace and stay in the lead group. I waited for the right time and then I started my attack. My goal was to win 10 seconds per kilometer and to break away from my opponents.
Dann habe ich Gas gegeben mit dem Ziel, immer so 10 Sekunden pro Kilometer rauszulaufen.
Today it's been very hard for me because Charles is very strong in the flat course. So always run with him, it's very, very amazing because he let me push strong and it was very, in a few moments I was close to say, okay, stop. I let you go because I can't stay here and push so much. But in these past years I found myself in the sport doing properly this, so use the mind and not just the body.
Peter Seniga, representing Slovakia, on 3rd position.
I was 1 kilometer. I was fourth, and after balance, I was 3rd. It was better to run with them because we push harder each other.
Stefan Tofner has lost some places and is currently on 6th. This also means that he is no longer the best Austrian athlete. Michael Sauer from Wels and Petra Vinicki from Czech Republic are currently on 4th and 5th position. While elites arrive at the more flatter section, the next heat is already warming up. There's a wave start every 15 minutes and the crowds enjoy the thrill and excitement. During the warm-up, the Spartan values are highlighted once more. Cohesion, team spirit and fairness. And then it's go time. Here's a short overview. At approximately 4 kilometers, athletes have to overcome the 6-foot and 7-foot wall. Here begins the Steinfeld area between the city districts Hart and St Georgen. After the aid station, the slack line follows, and then the course continues in the direction of the river Treisen. It's a lonely race at the top for Eniko Cernak, until Ulrika Evanson manages to catch up in the Steinfeld area. At the slack line, she's just behind Cernak.
And then I caught her at the slack line and I failed that one. It's just really hard. It's there's a lot of technique in doing the slack line, and I think the reason why it's kind of scary is like you kind of want to go fast because then maybe you'll get to the other side, but then again, if you go too fast and you slip off, you can get hurt. So it's a bit frightening.
Cernak is in the lead. Evanson has to complete 30 burpees and has some seconds to make up to Cernak. On the third position at that time, Martina Fabianova.
I think I was on 5th place, and then I thinking about maybe 3rd, 2nd place, because Annika was very fast. She was on 1st place whole the time.
This is Austrian athlete Petra Gruber. The elite men place 2nd and 3rd, push hard not to let the gap to Charles Franzke get too big. But there are still some obstacles ahead of them. For example, the chain carry or the Olympus, a super tough obstacle at which it's impossible to use your feet. At this point, Charles Franzke is still in the lead, but the men's race is
Bei
decided
dem
here.
Boxcarry, da haben wir die Munitionskisten hochgehoben und ich bin dann einfach los.
At the box carry obstacle, I picked up the ammunition crate and I just went ahead. The volunteer expected that I knew what I was doing, but instead of doing a short loop, I brought the crate all the way to the next obstacle. There everybody was confused and it took me some time to figure it out. This is when the others attacked and I fell into a motivational
Die anderen zwei
trough.
natürlich ran und die wussten sofort, haben auch ihre Kisten dort mit abgestellt und dann wussten sie, dass jetzt eine Chance zum Angreifen, haben mächtig Gas gegeben und mich halt eiskalt in einem Motivationsloch erwischt. Ja.
I spoke with him. I say, okay, what's up? What's going on? Come on, we have to go because there's been some mistake on the course, so we were not sure to be on the track. And I say, okay, but now don't think about that. Just run because the race is on. So you have to run.
Austrian Petra Gruber and German athlete Johanna Zukowska-Kasprich did not have a problem with the box carry. And this is a quite dreaded obstacle, the twister. Not only do athletes have to swing from handle to handle, but also the handles twist and turn. Right after the bender, at this point, top 3 men race shoulder to shoulder. Back on the former Armed Forces training ground, the athletes have to face some quite challenging obstacles. Log carry, the cargo container crossing over the street, Atolls carry, Hercules hoist, the sandbag carry shaped like the Spartan logo, and the key passage, the spear throw. Bianchi in the lead, followed by Franzke and Seniga. At the Atlas carry, they look each other in the eye one last time. After that, Franzke has troubles keeping up the pace and loses motivation. Without having failed an obstacle and without any burpees, he drops to 3rd place.
Ja, im Prinzip war es dann wirklich so.
The others knew that it would be a good opportunity to attack, and this is what they did. I lost a lot of ground on this section.
Verloren auf dem Stück.
It was very out with the mind. No, you lose the motivation. Yes, I did sport from when I was young. I won world championship in the roller ski, in the cross country ski. So here it's I want to win, but I want also to leave something else than the athlete that is in me.
The last few meters, rope climb, Franska clearly behind, and then multi-rig. And after the tank crawl, the most dreaded obstacle for all elite athletes, the spear throw.
Hardest obstacle, spear throw, is a 50 to 50.
Here it is important to breathe and concentrate. In such a close race, having to do burpees could easily change the end result. Bianchi is experienced, completes the obstacle successfully and on his way to victory.
I think the secret was my mind, because I was second, then I was 3, but I never, I never get out of the race. I just wanted to push harder until the finish line. I was look, I was on the barbed wire, and I was thinking about where is the spear throw. Oh Jesus, maybe it's now. And I was turning around down under the barbed wire. My mind was crazy. I say, okay, I have to take a breath because I don't want to wrong.
Peter Seniga hits the target, second place. At the spear throw, Charles Franska is passed by Petter Vanicki. The next seconds will decide which athlete will be on the podium and which has to do the burpees. Franska scores and Vanicki heads towards the burpee area. Franska claims third place in the men's race.
Die Jungs sind auf jeden Fall fit, das darf man echt nicht unterschätzen.
My opponents were super strong today, especially at the end with so many obstacles quite close together. It was really hard for me.
Eigentlich die Kombination jetzt zum Schluss, die ganzen Hindernisse, die zum Ende noch kamen, das hat es echt nochmal spannend gemacht.
Es war verdammt schnell, es war wirklich schnell.
It was such a fast race. That was quite challenging for me. My arms were tired quite early, so I really had to push myself. But I loved the atmosphere and the course. Highly recommendable.
Nur zum Empfehlen, ja.
The women's race is getting really exciting. Enikort Cernak is still in the lead. 2 minutes behind is Danish athlete Ulrika Evensen. But there are still some challenging obstacles to come. Enikort Cernak at the ape hanger. Ulrika Evensen at the rope climb. At the multi-rig, Cernak does everything right. She only touches the handlebars, but not the framework around. Evensen makes a mistake and now has to complete 30 burpees.
I don't get it, why? I did the whole thing. Yes, your hand on this, but this is not allowed. Oh, but they didn't say.
Fabianova moves closer, currently at the sandbag carry. Cernak already at the spear throw. If the spear does not stick and hits the ground, it's time for burpees, and anything can happen. And the spear does hit the floor. Time for burpees. Only a few burpees left for Evensen, but Fabianova comes dangerously close. Further ahead, Enikort Cernak mobilizes all her energy for finishing the burpees quickly and is on her way to win the women's race in St Pölten. Back to second and third position in the ladies' race. Time for a heart-stopping final.
It got really stressful for me because I knew, okay, I might have to do burpees at the spear, and then I had to do burpees at the spear. And and I saw the third lady coming in, and I just hoped that she didn't make it. And I was like at my second to last burpee.
I just focus on spear throw and close my mind and just focus to do it.
And I saw that she made the spear and her boyfriend was just like screaming at her like run, and I just grabbed my race bib and just like ran all that I could.
And then run. Maybe I will die, but I wanted to be the second one.
So yeah, that was really interesting finish because it was really like a sprint to the finish at that point. So interesting, but a little bit stressful.
Yeah, it was maybe 200%. And the last one wall, it was, I hadn't been fast, so Ulrike made it.
I'm so happy because I dreamed a lot of and Freitag I'm go out my garden and just take the sparrow and I can focus, but I screwed up again. My trainers kill me because the sparrow I screwed up.
Munich's champion Petra Gruber claims the 4th position as best Austrian athlete, with only 1 minute and 40 seconds missing to 3rd place. Of course, a top 3 finish would have been great, but I'm quite satisfied because I finished without a single burpee. I'm getting faster at running and I really enjoyed the race in St Pölten today.
St Pölten hat sich heute von seiner besten Seite gezeigt.
Eniko Cernak ahead of Ulrika Evensen and Martina Fabianova on 3rd position. 4th place Petra Gruber, 5th Johanna Sokolska-Kasprik, 6th Alex Rudania from Mexico. In the men's race, Eugenio Bianchi, Peter Seniga, Charles Franska, Peter Winicki, Richard Heineck and Michael Sauer. Stefan Tofner finishes 7th. This was the Spartan Race 2019 in St Pölten. With these pictures we say goodbye and we wish you all the best for your next sporty adventure.